My main introduce Kofi, Mr. Kofi Quentin, the independent presidential candidate. Me jumpe every Kofi so na maba Bernard so. Bernard Odro. Men can say social commentator. I mean, he follows politics, and he's also an entrepreneur. And I feel Ivan, innocent Ivan. Say name here. Che. Innocent Ivan. Ivan innocent.
Ivan Che innocent. Simple.
Ivan Che innocent.
Yes.
And a birthday. Innocent. I mean show, but my channel, it's a registered policy. Oh, my channel. So, TV no so share.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how we know. We do it better than like nobody else's business. I mean, that's Ivan.
Wow.
On our screens today is his birthday.
Wow.
So I can't no kopebra.
Wow.
Na and then Ivan birthday. Yeah, bomb pie they say.
Wow.
Nyame bishraw na nyame beka ho. Omo oba papa nware. Omo oba papa.
You get it?
You get it? Na onye wadom kese.
Amen.
Paya ye born say nyansa ta wutiri mu no onfa bi nka ho. Na oma wunya nyansa ne bebre. But me paya born say afidance say no wa ye kese kakra ka ho. Ye hia ne so be ware. Na be dru fie late, no be nya ben kwan. Edie ni fufu.
Yeah, no.
Obe start aye kese fine. That's just it.
Let's see now.
Oh, we are well. You got it?
Yeah, veterans.
We are veterans. That's just it. No. So, again, you want to bomb by saying, I'm in for back on count.
Hey,
So,
this is how. You are catching you now.
I don't think I know.
About me and Rabbi Simmons, catching me.
We'll get here one and I'm in my back on count. Anna.
I plead the fifth.
I don't know Larry King, and I'm going to and Ivan Che innocent birthday. So those of you on Facebook, show some love. Na Mama Ivan who said Muina no Mojiren the whole fine pa. Why are there? I mean, on this show he's done so well, and I love birthdays, even though when Shada and celebrating my birthday, I think the biggest one ever Baswenche.
Oh, you be.
Oh, sure, you be. I mean, next month. Next month, they mean to me in the cassette. I may not even be in Accra on my birthday. I may not. Yes, celebrated on Nayama Neninje. This is the time to show him much love. Now, who say or you're relevant in society. Minim de Kofi be catch Ivan.
Listen, Unipe bia nuanom ufiase na ye nhwiring na ufiase hyiren a yehu umfiase no what you say Ivan Unipe bia ye hia no brititie mu no yehu se owakoma Ghana hodo. Na incidentally Ned cry ya saying who said Godwin and so na ne birthday am say mo kan ho asem nra. Godwin and so ne birthday what ponde na fine. Inti ono so ye chian bibri ye congratulate you ono so o you nipa bi a waboa wo onua TV so waboa captain ne shows on it ne group of mastermind you know inti ono so yen kan nyaw no na Ivan not to mention de on the nsem ne de afi ne ba be pupu aba inti ye wo incredibly high hopes mano say what the one kuma ne one do beto ho I'm a Ghana.
But also, okay, they've been high hopes.
Incredibly.
Okay. Oh,
You.
that was similar. Kofi Kai, incredibly high hopes.
You. Inti, yeah, for bigger things to come. And we love you. We want you to know we love you. We appreciate
Thank you very much.
You listen. We couldn't do this without you, man. And the love is genuine. What do I say?
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to bigger and bigger behemoth things to come. See, we are thankful also for Mr. Smart to be so giving and loving, to make us all feel at home. It's a big thing to do. What do I say? And we appreciate you for giving us the platform also, Mr. Smart. Inti, enjoy to the fullest.
That's right.
Net the Yabufrapa. Nkodo BH.
Morning.
Nkodo BH.
Oh, Kofi Jaisa.
You. And full BH in Kokafem. You.
Also, can know. In fact, lack of sex kills the cell, brain cells.
Yeah, yeah, Inti, yeah.
Ivan Johnny, right?
Yeah, Inti, yeah. Inti,
we have the cathedral.
National Cathedral,
Oh, okay.
Oh, welcome. Coffee, we are welcome.
You, Inti, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Captain and Ivan, son of a birth here. Many share or SYZ, right?
Yeah.
And I say no, I think say iron sharpening iron. And say Sasarbon some year or the motive fee. Tembia boon say Sasarbon some okono, or quay yibiano bisas a crum her moti or I infano. Abra is shower SYZ no, I said no. Or here I do not then team na equally no. I share in the same philosophy. And the true Ivan and BP will show you so a fertilizer and also the Mebaha. And there is one thing I have seen, and I think it's there's a new crop of generation be a BP Ghana in the next 5 to 10 to 15 years. A lot of ideology on be propelled and be free, so show you so. Because me guys and the first show I'm share ya medician or elsewhere they will feel hane or compare Akufo Addo as a Chinese phone to Mahama or your iPhone. And that short video, it intrigued me a lot. And having come fighting, I share this platform. I hope age is a number, but in our jurisdiction, age is also an element of grace. Until now, the coefficient for BH come from Batobwa, for BH come from, because it's also part of the game.
It is part of the game.
It's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
So I wish him the best, and I think say a point show you so there's some so fun too, and him say down to also upon our call school in Tinkebeya, you 2 pound and then shedda. Aha, and tis a cat to so much.
Kofi.
I just a captain, the show is
Oh,
big, and I wish him the very best.
Yeah, sure.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. You better the cake and I know about it. Yet to be celebrating. I'm social media now. You're sure. Obi Sene video be mommy. Me tia did them catch and said no. I'm looking for this young guy. Me hear it pa. I said, oh, she should not be who knows so me hear me who me penance me hear me who. When I send my so been train obey the number of the dear mommy. Then Ivan came on the show. And he's a blessing. He's a blessing. I mean, he's done so well. Nah, just enye fidiagro aha eti momfa Ivan cake in mra na enye he fabesia it's a live show fabesi mano Ivan ya pon cake ni didi nyina
Wow.
we ye wo kwa wo dia
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We are there. I don't care what God we, but God did not come. It's way fresh winner. wo de ante wo ne number na wa friend na wa wish no fine wo share no kruma na wa che diska
sanity
wo share no kruma na wa che diska ono onyanye ne momo no te say de me makoya me de no ntino wo share na wait me asend ni diska fine na actually you know edru me na so be delete ne de na we delete. So, we share social media, medical culture that I church was said today is Captain Smart's birthday. Unfortunately, I was not born in April. Banks and we do birthday, I almost send no messages there. Fidelity Bank, Makasa Amonte, Yawum April, Yawum May. And I my check it more much happy birthday, Captain Smart and Pacho. Mimpe April da. Mimpe. Me na me fit me ti where you dey no so that's it Ivan
Captain
and now na be chance
we dey just some no cry I am
okay asam dey na dey
oh but my menka say I'm very very grateful indeed. I'm not a birthday person like do birthday. So I think that, yes, this cake is the first time I do my birthday.
Hey!
Yes.
And they're from a neck over more.
Yeah, this is the first time my birthday do we to cake. So I would say I'm very, very grateful. And to you and everybody. Say, yeah, show you. Yes, maybe
can't get stick coffee.
Yes, maybe and I'm say sometimes, you know, easy. Well, wouldn't say you sometimes, you know, the risk and other staff are involved in us for them, but support and encouragement and words of wisdom in your free change sometimes and I guide the about bedroom say and people out there on social media and other platforms almost even Ghana form woman on sometimes the show I think they send all call live a program no do na ka and messages in us for no inspire at least and you be than the there are a significant number of people out there or more believe in what we are doing and me say we are not motivated by any cynicism so be time will be any other but here has be a society no because over the years ya tana hoping say those in leadership position you know be who 2 million nipa dia mom na so mfaso no more use that particular thing as a tool to transform lives of many but enye sa na etie those of us coming from far no ye de anie hu niema bebre utu kwan house wo free Accra what a hospital now wonam traffic na hu niema Ghana for namu I think say you have a different perspective altogether and the way you na motivate us some of us better na ha you can't nsem no say the city is not like say obi na mo obi sika meti program by obi ba be one city
there be ma be that yeah ma be so that
yes but you see I feel say the right thing
needs to be done. Show to na wunya bi da
or me cry be interested and you know I think that this is what we are doing so I'm grateful I'm very very grateful that Minia Bernard ne Mr. Kofi ne God and Obia
all right
yeah
Mrs. Anita Osudako on so your birthday na obi send me message bi say me mfama Kofi na me hwehwe ma oh birthday message here me yo I say I say Kofi Gushusha mano broni baby mano baby Ofi ba outside the country.
I saw be be my economy peja oh be girl. Massa bonnet baby. Be ma
na sa wo konya oya mogo bi wo ho man no de ba so economy be peja. Obi a wo ne ha o.
Can be ma o man penye jai ne $14,000 private jet or the name we ma on fan anyway, Captain, what they are starting at?
I'm starting.
Okay.
And yes, our birthday to you, Bobby Sugar Code you.
Oh no.
Enough sugar in the cake, man. Leave it alone. Just
yes, Captain.
Drop.
I think say you be chance here.
My more interview no.
Oh, okay.
More president interview. It's just 6 minutes, and then 10 exactly 10. The discussion will come to an end. So we'll have the full interview of the president on BBC. All right.
Came into office. But if I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, you know, it's doing
I mean, let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, when your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up. We're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ. I was just reading today. People in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard. Having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? All right, let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the nuclear. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
Is the biggest economy is emerging as the biggest economy in the country, and for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. So it's as if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if anything at all, is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. On your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to read this quote to you. It's from John Kwache, who I'm sure you might know is the Director of Research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that if they are plugged, we'll be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
First of all, there's a recognition that
he says that there's no need for the e-levy.
Well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
But he's an expert. There are experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is there's nothing so, and the levy is not Ghana, it's the only country that has something like a digital tax. Many countries, they will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them that like it.
When you hear all these stories, Mr. President, I mean, Ghana was one of the rising stars of, the economic recovery of Africa, so to speak. You know, but when you hear about all these issues with the economy now, what exactly went wrong?
I think it's gone wrong. We're part of those who have been very badly affected by what has gone on in the last 2 years. Until 2020, since I came into office, 2017, 2018, 2019, the beginning of 2020, we were growing our economy at about 7%. The GDP growth rate. One of the fastest growing economies in the world was the Ghanaian economy. Even in the crunch year of 2020, when the economies of the world dived, Ghana, we still managed a positive rate of growth because the fundamentals of our economy are strong. But it has been a difficult task for all the economies of the world. I think it is important that when you're making the kind of provocative statements that you're making, that you situate yourself, you speak as if you're living in the same time as you and I, where the world economy as a whole has gone through very difficult times. And there are several things that we're doing, which is in the line of being able to pick up our economy again. I have no doubt that next year, if you were to come and speak to me like you're doing today.
Anyway, so that was the president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Now, yeah, no. See, Ivan.
Yeah, Captain. I think Ghana the economic reality is staring at Ghanaians. And Obia who may say feeling is so visible and so palpable. So even when you are standing afar, you can touch it and even feel it. So I don't think we need the president to tell us the current state of Ghana's economy. And as a leader, now you see, sometimes you need to identify yourself with your people by living that particular reality with them. But they have deliberately created something like an illusion and I interface you more from the people. So the reality that we see, they don't see it. Is the reason why the president is talking this particular manner. And I'm here because Okoye in the State of the Nation's address, instead of him to admit indeed, over the years, measures and programs idea go up entimi emma success na pese achieve yensaka. And at the world stage, Ghana's economy is on its news. Nema ba kwa na mienu amanagina. No, he attempted to rationalize this incompetence prevailing by hiding behind COVID-19 Ukraine war. Minim time Ukraine war no started here. Abenya so devastating impact on Ghana's economy to the extent that the president will have the gut to go to parliament and rationalize his reckless management of this particular economy with Ukraine war and COVID-19. The last time we told you about the amount of money during the COVID period. On crisis spending now you're spending 17 billion Ghana cedis. Na sika abakroma over 33 billion. Inti makasa yansesan wa president twice or the mayen. But you see, the he has lost touch with the reality. And America said, if he's in touch with the reality, and some not and I'm not sure, say, because the reality is that Ghana for Chiromo, and as a president, you need to identify yourself with the people. But that is not the case. COVID, over the years, discuss. Me say the reality is if you take away the NDC, the MPP politics from this whole discussion, the reality is nipa na otibdoma oye adwuma no free say 11 no ba am. Businesses will be affected. Individuals, even on Momotiaman on the Crom, Sandy Sikaba Kroma, no nim say, and then the digital space, so you nim say COVID-19, no, a bar, the digital economy na ya can't have no, no, because the panic will draw air cost and I say for you now. These are the realities that end up pinning the discussion. So obi to me whatever or way to me maneuver their way engineers all kind of machinations. Na ye to me a pass 11 now. Which sensible or rational leader and never quite yes evidence. Now ye video net about one thing just to say send before to ridicule Gandhi and say 11 case pass no ya pass it into ye G and ye dear self Ghana for. I'm not sure there is any sensible person out there who rises to a leadership position or be fighting the way through to have the E-levy pass or go ahead say oh ye E-levy dance at the ridicule depa. a child say I did an emotional intelligence, a manipulated leader, how to handle situation, you know, that particular thing, no, they have no clue. That is why I told you the last time that these guys are imposters who are just fronting constitutional rule. Because I did any leadership, I did any tease out problems. They're coming out with alternative, a bit me boy to salvage to turn the situation around. They don't have it because Ghana economy is slipping into this particular messy. If you look around, now where all the solutions are ever, none of them ena oyo obia when need have who say Ghana ebetimi escape this particular problems because say apart from 11 yede ba yeba impoverished some journalists in the Kenya because the people are already impoverished. And what the tax we buy, you are rather coming to tax and impoverish people. The president is delusional. He has lost touch with the reality. Yes, he's delusional. He has lost touch with the reality.
Are you sure say Ghana is impoverished?
That is the reality. No, you don't even need to ask this.
There's no impoverished nation on President charter flight. 14,519 pounds.
I'm coming there. Captain. So the reality is
now because of Ghana aviation fuel on the cost rate, they call 18,000 an hour.
Yeah.
Impoverished country, Ben, you better rent such a jet. I'm a president.
Captain, that is at
now,
that point.
Impoverished country, Ben, and in 5 years, we're spending $17.5 billion US. I mean, we are not impoverished. It's not the president is right.
No, you see, that's what I'm saying, sir. Your friend said he's living a different reality.
Okay.
Yes. He's living a different reality. So who's a Ghana for any impoverished? But the reality is Ghana for Ghana, as the economy is in such state. Even people are from more outside this particular country can see, and most of them are asking governments, putting measures a bit to me appropriate, a bit to me turning the situation around. I told you, the only reason Ghana for no more resistant 11 is yes, taxes in the need to Ghana for yeah. But the news said Nipa na tax and their money and Nipa, they are like as a gang of your friends individuals. And when you give the money to them, they will go and blow it away in a reckless fashion. Yet passing 11, and a president that behind jet or the name or the that is the high level of insensitivity. A president in here to the plight of the suffering masses of more grounds a man for air say and near man koye now to there is no single measure what me who say these are measures are medieval crime no catch the BBC first a journalist and they say Ghana your recovery program no one of the best in Africa. Your recovery program, Ben, I haven't seen any recovery program because Messi, the solution we propose you, a business, the e-levy, and the e-levy tax in our day banana recovery program. Then, you see, we need the universities from government salary, government payroll. I don't know. And your recovery program. So now Akufo Addo should tell Ghana. That is what I'm saying that he live in a different reality because programs are there by in the long term, short term, and the medium term. No, you'll be aware rational. What if you want to observe or answer what situation from a very dispassionate perspective. No person who say indeed there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You won't see one. But the president in his twisted reality, no, say measures are in place and the economy is doing well. Nipana or interview him say and that is the reality. So what we are lacking right now, and I say leadership of this particular country around, we don't have it. They don't even have the mind to know what to do. Until 11, the more, hey, nothing will come out of it. Now, by a waji over 230 billion Ghana cedis within the short space of 5 years, a question. COVID-19 by a sika ya dia man no o ntimi mfa nyehwe ye friend the parliament kwase account for that particular money no ye friend the deputy speaker of parliament say on tenase ama ye account for that particular money the motion ye tia so which civilized jurisdiction and a work ye the sika amount where you sika no come and account to the people ubakaje nipa say you will not account for it yet you are asking for more. You understand? So you see the way a manner these people are behaving, I think that they have really disappointed a lot of Ghanaians and even the poor because Akufo Addo on the sidelines who heard noise or making it as for Ghana for GDS say, oh Papa you coming to turn the situation around. But unfortunately, he's more of a problem than the solution. Every day, Biano or keep pushing Ghana into the mess, the economic fortunes of this particular country. Long term, short term, medium term, whatever. Everything look bleak, and over the years, nothing has been done apart from second of all, time of mine, they call German so no kobobosia in the mess here you me one of the measures of proposing is that they are going to borrow $2 billion at the Ababe save the situation. Now, which sensible economists in the back say what borrow more flat or debt him, and one of the ways I'll be to me I buy your way out of debt, and it's our sankobo Bosnia Feda. I know that they are mine and would come, and they have succeeded in just putting everything at risk in this particular country. Now you can't. People think we are doing politics. These are the reality. President now what is social media would defend no. He doesn't give a damn about you. They are full of themselves, so arrogant. That kind of sense of entitlement. And the woman, and now they are at home and they can do whatever that they want to do. Say we have to be rational and ask them. Say no, money will be there. That sense of entitlement. No, was a Ghana or Moja they can just come and mess up and just do anything and get away with it. Her attitude order to our president, in the interview, he was even about fighting the journalist. As a president, you just need to just tell people, say, yes, there are problems, but these are some of the ways I yet to turn the situation around. But yet, the fact is that businesses are collapsing. Yet, the minister are responsible for employment. Nebisa say job statistics youth unemployment rate say he doesn't even have the figure, he doesn't know anything about it. It is about the political narrative. Let's spend it. Yeah, the propaganda and the force with your two guabontia and your fire hundi. And we the people, citizens na your mind see bisa say no power welders no to me na the amount. These are the critical things I hear just to turn the situation around because we need leaders. Leadership is everything. When you have competent leadership, sometimes one big moment decision a leader be taking can turn the whole situation around. And if you flip through pages of history, there are a lot of them at some point in time decision will be taken here turning the whole fortunes of a country around that. And then some of the countries are reaping the dividend in it. So the question maybe someone say then buying apart from so buy Euro bond then as for your subscriber, we are in the mess because IMF and other Bretton Woods institution say your course your books look red and nobody will give us a loan. It's the reason why we are in the mess. And this is the time you expect power welders to come out of their rigid thinking. Now you say we are flexible, we are proposing alternative very feasible. Say 11 year, what are the alternatives? Then they be to widen the tax net. Say by ya nipa bebre bebam ne yesika na de na de ya did sika we na president be kwa jet a day $18,000 no than in the and it's so disrespectful an hour now okay can we in the back of it who's a Ghana ni events saying oh momo na se for said the name city businesses are collapsing and cry down no money be interview within some more can cry ho obi say withdraw one na man for yes because of what the buying na yedite a man for don't want to put their money because omunim say sika na ye gia ye di kwakodin sem people will just come and collect the money to go and finance their dying days orgies na your friends are childhood fantasies na their koji ania na ya question no at the end of the day they don't care because all my nim talk about fantasies. Yes, because that is what they are doing and just hanka wo heba be a Ghana gina here. This is the time you expect leaders to be rational. This is the time you expect leaders to be sensible. This is the time you expect leaders to live in the shoes of the ordinary Ghanaian. Now you say, okay, maybe a situation here, so obia son kind of saying obia son now you go through the terrible situation and say you could see a chile we are, then we know what to do. Look at the size of government. The president that's how it is. Look at other silly portfolios that they've created. Go to the Flaster House and see the number of your friends saying your friends are presidential staff. That particular position used to be a very respectful way designation by you render useless because what they do is say you're packing the party and you do mugu social media posting silly stuff and consistently we are thinking. Let's say the key to turn this particular country around any president we the people it's time for us to arm ourselves no the collective might of your power that you create yemfa manipa basasa but you make sure say the manipa obetimi aye bibia mai na yet the way we are behaving sometimes you begin to wonder say yankopon crowd no ankasa na boy you say because the way we think sometimes is so amazing and so interesting. We need to hold power welders accountable na yankasa 2 million the amount no amamu enya afia konwa say your friend saying so free say akumya ne opa akumya di obi anka wasema then you go to the village you kopa ahena akumya bi na so what to ahemfie di akumya obi ama ho but as long as you remain at the Flaster House Ghana for your taxes the amount there, definitely people will hold you accountable. And I say, yeah. I think somebody should tease the president, don't come back to reality. Reality say, baby, like and people who are around him. This is the time for them to speak sense to him, because this is no time for you to be going hiring jet. At this time, when Ghanaians are complaining, when the friends are suffering in the society, arise here to a crisis, to a fever pitch. You expect government to come out with interventions about turning the situation around, but you don't see anything. So I think we're in a mess because of this terrible bad leadership by Yahweh, and it's unfortunate the president doesn't see, and it's unfortunate thousands of people who have surrounded him, turning himself into bootlickers and sycophants, and they are all scared to tell the president the reality. It's the reason why we are here. So we will continue to just take the campaign to a different level. We will continue to speak our mind, tell people say that right thing must be done. And I think that is what we are going to do.
Kofi.
Captain.
Yes, sir.
Anope Miraho. Miraho on so many levels, because now, to some extent, na Ghana for. Inti now we are pushed against the wall, say, as I say, your income need to me the run, young or me. A young man, inti as I say, I accept. Na ye ni sanka levy beba, but say aban so dear, and then one chay and kwang bi, what the young faswa, it be create a whole new paradigm. Yet ye, oman pening nra, and koma udina. Adeba Emma Miriam, actually a couple of things, but ne edimu pa ne say. See, to solve a problem, no, the first stage in solving a problem, no, is the acknowledgement of the problem. One acknowledge say, what situation no is problematic, as I say, we fear to solve. How do you begin? Because the mind is locked in, say, one year bonnet, and now 1 year they are say, inti, and say, we create another, or for instance, sign up pathway for the brain to start looking for options for corrections. Into your man penning mentally, no, onye ni say, wonga ye mistake biya. So, because, or you're combative, or ni interview, ni body language, ni expressions, ni mannerisms, ni idea. He was very combative. He was very defensive. Say, sa acceptance no inni nekasem say, why you mistake biya. Oka same being to say, ne experts, na they came to the decision making say, as I said, what the e-levy neba. Experts now apparently what the e-levy neba what justify say, as I say, in e-levy. Time and now problem no. You create no. Now, some experts na hena na wo. Some more experts are mutu be who say once a problem has been created, now this is the pathway. Some experts no 5 years ago amoba ben mu no. Na hena mo wa na because mo ye experts are anka SSA anka mo beto to near anka COVID would not have hit us. Sene hiti yengi. Nipa ba hine wu wo COVID. Nipa bahe sika yenyan influx yenyan with cash no any sika yejije in the taxes they are there with COVID levy so wojije no ye nya ho akonta bia ye influx yenyan no we could have created so many ye bet me nanke creative preservation hubs sa anka bibia ba anka ye be absorb ye be dampen the effect but ya anye for 5 years until we say we were experts. I will say the way to go ni e-levy. Hey, nana, e-levy no. SSA anka eye discriminatory. If about 30% of the young Nipa Ghana fo live below 10 cedis, 5 cedis a day, 5. What justification for e-levy no? Anything ana? Esesanka e-levy no ye discriminatory. So na echo a specific group of people who Wujina TV sure kesi sa industry. I feel the poor people are industry yamo. Nana, you are disgraceful. You truly are disgraceful. Yeah, who say we need tema. Because say poor people, the industry, the group of the demographic of poor people, no, Nana, you just made them an industry. Most experts, apparently, one me justify say, as I say, you beefy one ho. Then sikana wodia ma won to justify you say we be Jessica if you won ho. Okay, obianya against E-levy. Obianya against E-levy. But want to me improve in Ghana say you have been a responsible fiduciary of young estate. Yeah. You haven't been. Billions have been there. Then na what me dia ye. Then na we say why I count 10,000 routes kilometers. Fabre to government website so ni ehu akwanko. Sa tatale akwangna moya uzuto gusupena ahokorokon. Ene akwanga moya 10,000. Ya turu na wodi kireo. Na wo kra no to even believe say ya akwang 10,000 kra wo ye nwa. I am saddened to say we your man panyia na minim so oba be can be in say wo ba be submissive. No why you understanding to the plight of Ghanaians. No way to me say you make wrong decisions be. Na say the be charting new course no. Wo justify wo position of failure. Nana and they say wa bang na be because Ghana fo be ma be because ma mo Ghana fo. Na mo dia toro. Mama ye diao. Now, you bet wants to say you were the worst person to have ever considered in that seat. Ghana for betchero. Now, behu emi yaw. Captain, Mary can't be brave because me said I make her 7. We justify failure. Yaw. Okay? At the minute, I'm the say. Nana, you talk about the digital economy, what the world class one said, Nuntino, Obiare make ends meet from the digital economy, so it's your time to exploit. Ghana does not have a digital economy. Bahumia can't say or dadao. Ghana does not have a platform and a foundation for a digital economy. We don't even have the skilled labor. So I say, connectivity, complexity, and the synchronizations, SSA, AC, now we have digital economy. We haven't built the infrastructure. Nothing is integrated. What can digital economy? What do you mean by digital economy? We haven't gone there yet. We are miles away from at that space, Yeah, new hoye. Inti baumia and the management team. Munya digital economy now more calm, more Ghana for us. We don't have the infrastructure for a digital economy. We don't have anything that's integrated. You don't even have a credit system. That's the cost of E-levy. Mojune Ghana for hona mojune adjune pa. Esesanka Bank of Ghana mu create more payment aggregator. Yes. Ya kasasemiya monte. The reason tia muntu payment aggregator no is because we don't have a credit system. Before you have a credit system, you need an integrated national ID and address system. And also to Zoom. Mobile 5 years, digital or friend integrated national ID and address system. You don't have a credit system. How does the system function? Where BBA what on is now making a present. Captain Smart can say one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the world. Yeah, East Legon. Okay, me say, is this guy crazy? Minam East Legon nami huadang na me say, yeah, Captain. Asam no waki. Because Obia Dange wo East Legon or the cash ne toy. Cash that could have gone into so many other businesses. What the cash because we don't have a credit system. And no nyasema mujuni hu. And no nyasema mujuni hu. Ma collapse your banking system with over $2 billion mudi a collapse banking system. Wabranka sa banking system you ho. Nanka Securities and Exchange Commission any regulatory reforms. Now what to me elevate one up. Anka sika eko momo mia momo de ayendia Ghana for the. Sika eko momo yi anka running balances are Listen, this is Captain. I don't even understand how these guys don't understand this thing. I mean, yes, you. Sir, we were running balances in all the institutions. Running balances, no, yet to me, the yebribi, that Ghana for 30%. 30% of Ghanaians, you were friending 10 million. Now, you were average of $50, 50 cedis per in young friending Momo accounts at every day 50 cedis woman. What can I say 50 cedis dollars? And also because a lot of businesses use Momo. Into 50 cedis average balance on all the accounts, there are 10 million accounts are. Running balance near 500 million cedis. Every day, running balance 500 million cedis. So when you're 1% to cry off that from Bank of Ghana, for regulating banking industry, you're 1% of 500 million. You're here. 1% of 5. Imagine say, yeah, this says Sikano share youth employment. That's free money. What do you come momo for? Na famous say e-levy. Do you think how Bahumia na mpese me hu on the ken na be say 1 degrees na hin wo konya 1 degrees no. Obi akase na any certificate. Bahumia and the ken. More degrees no common sense kura common sense. Because this is the obia ya abrochi the running balances now we invest in futures no money are they na banks needing yeska ye need banking system what collapse banks need na it say sikani na akọ payment aggregator obia or captain does it make sense to you? I mean is it me? No, seriously, obi kan chem se Kofi, this is you metias you ye need banking system since sikani na akọ gu momo na nya yende captain. How do you create a running balancer yet me invest a fraction of it near the boy economy? Most of them say e-levy. I don't understand. Most of them need credit system. How do we fix the problem? What the culture was what will be a com now be No. We are combative. I don't even understand you. Say, our friend, young tax to GDP percentage here 12%. One nana no be creative aden. Wager ne be creative aden. Mo na mo creative. Say tax. I don't listen to me. This is unbelievable. Say tax to GDP at 12%. The lowest in all the West African countries. Nana, can you create this situation? You've been in a bank for 5 years, going on 6. There's a problem with the GL where radius. My numbers now won't tear say, when no Bahumia and Woken in a Montia denasi. Because Motia say and Cambon said, problems in a one of my create. One of my create, they create problems. Here they create young GDP 81% plus. Here they create. Here they create. I don't even understand. Chart a different course near the Sika, Maurice squeeze Ghana for Kong, more Pia Ghana for Ashes, you say, more the baby pardon, so what justification of our failure? No, say it's an economy. Say, and you have why a economy for you to tax. Come on, man, you're so disgraceful. Get out of here with that.
I never saw for a customer do what you not fail on do a bomb. Momo, the be a match our dear back when Hammy or home. What am saying, Crawford at the phones and the Bobbisia from these telcos. Say ABR, say a Vodafone, say MTN, say Airtel Tigo. Watch you what? What me bought 500, 200, 300 Bessia. Oh, phone so.
Yeah.
So when you seek out the Toswa, no matter. Now watch this. When you mistake, that's when the little Momo no now cost ye. Nowadays, phone no. Ebo MTN and Vodafone besia. Vodafone edisa sika na ebrewo no aban beti.
Charge you.
Share so. Company ne beti ne de. Na esan say eso ebro 100 cedis air conti no. Aban ne besa te besia na wakobo no so sika.
Say
Nti besia no bedru wa account ni mu no na swate. Nti ukobo besia 500 a. Ebeba no na fanko we a sadi kwa kotua de no de yatena aka no so bro 100 Ghana eti eno so ye be sat unti wo sika na wo bo be 500 no de wo de kwa koye do untimi mfanye ti so be bo be 500 de ayade a aje wo bo be 900 Ghana cedis asa wetimi e de ayade opese o de ye nyina the pesa ye kire de say
these guys don't get it
na say West Africa ha nyina no we share your tax payment to our GDP ye de ni so it's not true.
Oh my gosh.
This is
a lie.
I mean, Kofi Atra lie. It's not true. In any case, why pan about your taxes every now banya kaso what your taxes and I feel we won't so do wait to say the won't conform my son. Kofi have friend say tax
return.
Why na yaman a tax return da? Oh Ghana. Me sha say be year aduma bosu so you tua me file your taxes. E wo Ghana ha no. Why na ma me tax return da? Until return it says aban de maye no kura no. Esa kwa aban na mo. I mean what is this?
Now, but when your social security today.
Aya ebe ma kakra. No be twa kwan sa. Na de ama. Patro ye da na ye ho aba. Na ye ba Bernard e de yembewi. I say aba na said the onim dada na say e nema bo no kwa na kosoro no bi ka chem say auto cement was 59 cedis na so boa 59 say say men kwati ese baby kwa 60 and you see nema bo no kwa na kosa patro me no ma no matum. Say me na money 00200 000811111 49999990000 be number me so matum Bernard fire wi me enko kaka ne enko
Captain Dedi kama me ncha wa hwefo
omjo
na book ye wo hono e be ya wo se mampanyin na pamfo nyina ono anka se wo se hye da chine tena se ne ma ne sua na o kan emotional intelligence.
Good.
In fact, Enra, Ninya Dadu an interview now with BBC. And I realized Nanado is a scripted president. And all over the world, no, you can't scripted president or more president. So what trade speech more mombe can't be as a brofunina about this script from Unsema. They can't think on their feet. And that is what Nanado represents. Late at most council, you say great speeches do not make great leaders. Character do. And to the fact is that Ote brofo can brofo now we say one doesn't make a great leader, but character does.
Yeah.
Clearly, so far and Nanado in the position of the BBC and now Kasa may discuss the money in 4 thematic areas. Thematic area number 1, the Ghanaian media. One will say, see, character begins at home. And the Saudi Fiena de Biao Quatres and the Mawa Poa. The very double Quatres 10 exams a winya pono. Obetra capacity level. In Nanado, they said the Ghanaian media, they have failed us, some of them. Some of the section of the Ghanaian media not failing. We are suffering because Ghana media for Kwenya some interview Nanado.
Yeah.
Some media have some interview more Mudin Wahano. Omokotam another credit meeting him for a term. And they smile over it. Ghana for me sense and Nanado, Echifie Nanka, media for probu Niebisan hardcore questions. And Cabra all international level so no, so over Ghana. Your media for nyawa omutumi super ye. But you see, a certain segment of the media no abeye an annex of the presidency. In Zanado co-media interview, I scripted questions no near 2 months ahead of time. But another baby or cotton ye no BBC nye baby ye do bedi agro. And to the Ghana media, you have failed the world. And it's an way and Sontronia. Na do subai or dana din rano say Ghana media you have failed because you see. We are the 4th estate of the realm. So for Ghana constitution, we are. There were 3 arms of government. But media and your fans, we are the 4th estate of the realm. You are the voice for the voiceless. But rather than now, there are some media guys, almost school fees, and you see, he will pay for the piper call for the tune.
That's right.
So, he has no BBC and want to change my mom. In the media in Ghana, you are the greatest source of failure to the presidency. Number 2, the presidential handlers. You have to say, oh, president, or handlers, or handle. What are the Aobeshe, Ushu Aobeshe, Taya Obebo, Kota Obeshe. So, what you're not the president, or the Shatadi, sending Taya Bono. You're wrong. Nanado wardrobe was wrong. So, your chief of staff for failing Ghana. Protocol officer presidency of failing Ghana.
Senior protocol officer.
Yes, senior protocol officer of failing Ghana. Because Atadi and Nanado share and Rani Taya boy, no. Very, very unacceptable. Number 2, Nanado one, the mannerism. Anytime the car say book with emotional intelligence, no, I was saying another kind. So when you're a leader, you need to be very diplomatic. And you see, at the Africa, AD say we focus on IQ other than EQ and AQ. AQ is the adversity quotient. EQ is emotional intelligence and emotional quotient. Nanado say funny ni peduana. He is high on intelligence quotient and low on emotional quotient. Abra interview when he be say Momo task, then they'll say, oh, don't answer provocative statement. You see, at the international level, they're very unpresidential and very undiplomatic. Until Nessa Flat Staff of Small Kemia, Chief of Staff of Fairly Ghana, Senior Protocol Officer Fairly Ghana, the security for Fairly because the dress Nankasa was poor. Point number 3, the understanding of fundamental issues. Now do you be aware economists at the university? And so when the description of Yi Levia, clearly he was off track. The scene ran here, International Day of Shame for Ghana.
Wow.
It's an international day of shame. And you see, so when I do posture, it appeared to me, say Ghana, your political connection men in a good flat staff house. Because you see, Akwani Bisan said, why are you taxing the impoverished? Because the only thing you cannot country will say, Sauba Ghana, Bloomberg, Fitch, and all the rating organizations that chase Ghana, no, you are hunchiremu. Or say that we are not taxing the impoverished, we are taxing an industry. I said, wow. It means that another one can say, no, names a moment, you are crano, you are tax mother telcos. So clearly, his understanding of basic issues was just not there. Now, I say, smart, young for the next generation of Ghanaian leaders. Yes, he said, Nkonkon wa ba fie na se panini ho a nkola na ebo nti na ye kase no sana na ado akwa no wakoguga na anim ase and clearly no young people na ye ban it is incumbent upon us, let's be true to power.
All right, I mean for
and you see, so be an investor no person oba oman mu a ade investors the manner of your president. The posture of Nana Addo yesterday was very, very combative. It is a leader or intransigent, a leader who is intolerant. Nana Addo said, "Why Ghana and he can do it everywhere." But let me tell you today, yes, said charity begins at home. And he said, "What's Ghana? Oh yeah, the Ghana for cement yes here. Ayawaso ye kunipa. Now operative bunipa. Now ye bonipasum. Now, see now can it will show at the international level. And you see, Abra drew UK no. And your MPP in Kwana go many mass you. He has embarrassed the whole country. Now me fear they say the young people coming up in that party, no.
The answer
it will be a tag on them. Clearly the posture was poor, dressing was poor, combative mannerism, lack of basic economic understanding.
All right, thank you. 2 minutes. To strike
Lack
10 hours
of basic
GMT
understanding.
On Onia 95.1 FM. You see, it's not education. And it is not experience. It is not knowledge or some sort of intelligence. And they are the predictors of success. Because you would find people okuta master's degree and they know zilch about the things they've studied in school. Okay? You would have PhD holders. They know zero. Kofi will tell you they've attained the critical mass. Maybe I don't know what question. And sometimes we want to exchange chi de to intelligence. Brofoka de to wisdom. okuta A4 sheet certificate egu bag mumma. But I was telling Obi and Nra saying, I think over the weekend said that Gordon Crow was a Fimra ya wo me me ba asase sui. And found how expensive your shoes are. And that will be wound shoe.
Yeah.
Then I'm pesa me trade. I'm pesa me trade nyina na say. So what di nkrofo anima. Esese de be ma enipa no ho beto wo. And esese wo ye. Enya de wadrin ye say wo ho beto. Na esese wo ye. And gradually no your fourth republic your problem. Now, as a drive time presenter na te radio so. Na DJ na obo nyuma ma on de ye ono de okwa ye bi ase okote ye nde no. E no no bo no osa. Na presenter no so to aye bote. Enter de bi am catch say e ase DJ omo morning show. One time quick. It's in yesterday mo handle president no. Mo handle president no epamacho mo nim adwuma na mo son fi ho na mo kofi ye fa nipa foforo nche ho mo handle papa na ye. And this is the fourth time mama papa na gu no ho anim ase. Every president is naked. I've told you this morning. Every president is naked. Mo handle no. I have said this over and over again. Get two very strong vibrating phones. So call interview and now otijuma. Educate him said there what left no. Say vibrating miensa de chireni. There what right no a vibrating no who say katia de chireni. Bakacho say president year old enti say okwatena obi anim na interview na ni age advantage mano enti wo phone e vibrating on the left kachen Solomon say yan wo say branch na busa question na o hye na wo say e vibrate abowa. You see, handling president, you require some level of intelligence. And yet, two say you're born home. No, Fanso. Maminda Kofi Asin, Maminda.
Captain, with a quick one. Bono region, net could be because almost an infant to an enough to a by any.
So when you're fan to me, now, okay. To China, the 2 men we are.
Cut away the association with
China.
Cutting 15 seconds.
Train. You're sorry for another 2 men. They are really yampa.
Cut away yampa.
And to China for 2 men. When you're fan to me, the moment can air. And the end, tell me some fire than a